Check it out, Tighten Up Tuesday. What a Miguel, Laura H, Silhouette, Get It B, Tighten Up Tuesday in the house. No Chris Deezy. This is weird. Welcome everybody to my first taping in Martha's Vineyard of Tighten Up Tuesday by myself. Chris and the crew, they all in Scotland and shit. And they left Grace and Key in the office. Thank God. The best people are left behind to help me out because you know I need it. I'm doing this all by myself. Shout out to all my B-Cassos that are still sticking with me and here for the 49th episode live review. I was like, I don't know what the hell I'm going to do for Martha's Vineyard, but I ain't missing no show. So I'm going to do a nice little tight review because this has been one hell of a year. Next week will be our 50th episode. 1 year. Shit, we halfway there to 100 episodes, and it was only supposed to be 8. So God is good all the time. So yes, I know y'all see my little dope scene back here, the Martha's Vineyard Comedy Fest. I'm literally up in the attic on a slant, sitting on a stack of paper towels, trying to be level, using my man JJ's equipment. He's on the radio station live in Dallas. And he's like, B, you can use my computer to log in and do your shit. So I'm very grateful. Shout out to JJ Williamson for letting me use his stuff. But yo, we are in Martha's Vineyard coming to you. I'm going to say live, but fuck it. Y'all know I'm taping. But I just had to say I'm having a great time here in Martha's Vineyard. It's like a utopia. We've been sleeping with the doors open. Where in the world can you sleep and not lock the doors? I don't even think our doors lock. But it's just great waking up and looking outside at the porch and just... It's a fucking utopia, and I am enjoying Martha's Vineyard. And I still have a voice after coming off of the Frankie Beverly show. So I have 4 more shows to do. And then they talking about adding 2 more shows. So if y'all hear me next Tuesday and I sound worse than this, you know why. I had to do 8 shows in 7 days. So y'all make sure y'all pray for me. So I'm going to go on and get this show started and popping. And if you're joining me and you never watched Tighten Up Tuesday before, this is the show where we flip shit and make it fly. Actually, we teach you how to flip your shit and make it super fly. We do everything on a dime here. We try not to spend no money. It's a dope DIY podcast where you just learn a little bit of everything. Plus, y'all know we be smoking and partying and just having a good time here on Tighten Up Tuesday. Let me go and give a shout out to Chris Deezy. I miss Chris. It's really funny that he's not here, but I'm going to give him a shout. They're in Scotland holding it down, him and John and Beth. And I don't know who else went over there, but I don't know when they're getting back, but hopefully he'll be back here next Tuesday. You know, we can't go 2 weeks without the Deezy. So I gave Chris, John, Beth, and whoever else is with them their shout outs. I'm going to jump right in and go ahead and give my shout outs. So first, I'd like to shout out all my B-Cassos that came to my show in Little Rock. I'm sorry, it was in Pine Bluff, Arkansas, but I was in Little Rock. That's where I stayed because ain't shit popping in Pine Bluff. So you see my girl Felicia, she has her B-Casso shirt on. That's Cicely on the other end in all white. Frankie Beverly was asking everybody to wear all white. So most of the people in the, audience had on white. Y'all know I ain't have on no white. I got to have on black for my hot flashes. So that's us. And I'm so glad she wore her shirt. My 2 sorors. It was so fun meeting them. Y'all know how I like to do it. So let's see what we got next. Look at that. Selfie. Cicely and Felicia. As you see in the background, the place is filling up and you'll see more white. The next photo is, I think it's me. Yeah, me and Cicely. We were out in the lobby. The next photo is me and Felicia in my trailer. I was shocked when we got there. They had a trailer for me and Laugh and all the other performers. And I was like, damn, I ain't had a trailer since I taped Def Jam. And I've only had 2 trailers in my lifetime. And that was Def Jam taping and Frankie Beverly show. And I'm like, wow, we got a trailer for a music show. It's usually on sets, but shit, I wasn't mad. My trailer was dope. I had the biggest one. So I made sure Felicia came in and hung out with me in my trailer. So that's us there. And then the next photo is the collaborative. Cicely, her sister-in-law, her husband, that's Cicely's wife with the long arm, obviously doing the, her husband, doing the selfie. So we had fun, and I'm glad I got a chance to meet them. Y'all know how I do. I can't roll up into no city without meeting my B-Cassos. And I text them. I was like, I'm coming out right now. Be in the lobby so we can take a picture. So I'm glad they came on out there, and we had a great time. So shout out to them, and thank you so much. And I'm going to read this nice little card that Felicia gave me, and she gave me a nice little donation. It's short and simple. It just says, thank you. B, keep doing what you do. Love, Felicia. Thank you, Felicia W. in Pine Bluff, Soror. I totally appreciate that. We had a good time. Although the Frankie Beverly, the band was all that. And most people know that Frankie Beverly had some surgery on his throat, so he's not as vocal as he could be. But I think he's at a point where he's going to have to let it rest because he was really straining. But because the band was so good, people didn't give a damn. But he going to have to let it rest. I don't want him to put more stress on his vocal cords because he sound like me in the morning when I wake up and they be like, Uncle Bev, Uncle Bev. It was terrible. So let me not say that. Yes, it was terrible. Fuck it. They probably not have me on the show again anyway. I don't care. Anyway, let me go on and finish giving out my shout outs. Let me give a shout out really quick to my B-Casso t-shirts. Now you see my girl Sherri, she bought 2 of them. She got the smokers shirt. She puffs every Tuesday on the show. So you know she's gonna stay ready. You don't have to get ready when you stay ready. Got her 2 shirts, a black one and a white one. Courtesy of Quincy. Mayor Quincy designed the smokers shirts. And y'all know I'm waiting on the rest of the line to come out. So hopefully when John and Chris and everybody get back from Scotland, we can keep it pushing on our shirt rollout. Let me see who we got next. Okay, Denisha. Okay, I see you, Denisha J, with your B-Casso Quincy the Mayor shirt on. She takes such nice pictures. Just lovely smile. So I got to get some of I'm going to have to come up with some kind of dope cover shoot for something and like put the nice photos on it. I'm going to come up with something, maybe a calendar of the B-Casso shirts or something. People are looking fly in these shirts. Grace, they just looking good. I'm going to have to get you and Kia's shirt so y'all can jump out. Look at Irina. She got her blunt, and see, that's how you get smokest. You had your blunt and you put your shirt on. That's what the hell I'm talking about. Irina is one of my number 1 day oneers and fan. So she get everything. Flash rags. I don't know why she buy flash rags every week. Maybe she's giving them to people. I don't give a damn, but I love it. Thank you, Irina C. More love. Definitely shout out to them. Now, who we got here? Oh, Lynn. Lynn need to be in the damn fashion. She got the flash rag on her forehead, wrapped around her head. I don't know how she did that, but she looking cute. She's looking fly. She is the drip diva. Shout out to Burnville. Go, Lynn. Who we got next? Brianna. Shout out to Brianna in Burnville and her daughter. They own some flash rags. I appreciate it. They are my number 1 supporters of the flash rags. They definitely keep getting them, just like Irina. I'm like, damn, what are they doing with these rags? They probably taking showers and washing up and shit. You're supposed to just be patting with them. I think they using them in the bathroom for all purposes. However you want to use them, do your damn thing. But shout out. I see you, Irina, with your 3rd set of flash rags. Thank you, girlfriend. So what we got next? Oh, I do want to let people know. Speaking of flash rags, shirts and all that great stuff. I am definitely running my promo until the end of the month, end of August. If you buy 3 items, 3 of my items, it could be a smoker shirt, the flash rags, B-Casso shirts, you get 10% off. And remember, the code is BPH10. So when you go in, throw that code in, you can get 10% off of 3 items. So make sure you get them, and make sure you send me the photos. This is the last week, and it's by default that you'll be able to get Kiki's shirt. Please go in and get Kiki's shirt and make sure you send me the photos. I've only got 2 photos of people in Kiki's shirt. And speaking of which, I still haven't got my goddamn shirt. I'm starting to get a little perturbed. When the post office called me back right before I left for Little Rock, they were like, your shirt is still in St. Louis, and it has been there since July 27th. And this is ridiculous. So I'm hoping that I get my Kiki shirt to wear. And I'm going to be having to wear it on the day that Maya's shirt debuts. So Maya's shirt was supposed to debut today, but it's not because, like I said, our people are in Scotland. John can't print them up, but put it in your mind. Make sure you pre-order. Maya's shirt is coming out. I'm going to have to give her a little extra run since we were able to squeeze Kiki in for another week. But that just gives us more time to get more sales for Kiki's shirt. So make sure you go to buyjack.com/B-Phlat and get Kiki's shirt. I think I'm done with the shout outs on the shirts. Just do it. Y'all know what you got to do. Go in there and get it. Oh, and did I get up and do my Cash App dance for Miguel and Laura H? You know I got to do it. Miguel Cash App me at 7:44 a.m. That's what I'm talking about. So,
Go B, go B, go B, go B.
You know I got to keep it low so everybody can see me. Oh. Let me sit my ass down. I definitely gave them a shout out because they already Cash Apped me. And I know more people will be Cash Apping me, so I'm going to jump up and do it anyway, just for the hell of it. Oh. So if you're just tuning in and you're watching Tighten Up Tuesday, I am live from Martha's Vineyard, taping actually. And I just want to say that because I'm not home where I normally would be, I'm doing like a review show, giving a shout out to my day oneers. I'm running down the list. I'm keeping it tight. Like Chris say, ever since I got that bill, we keeping it a tight show, tight ship. And I normally would read Maya's card, but I didn't bring them with me. So we'll have to skip through that. But I did do some research for my D.Y.K. So you know I'm jumping right into that. And this week's D.Y.K. is dedicated to J.F. Pickering. It's going to be some short facts regarding this brother who invented the first blimp. It's called the first airship blimp powered by electrical motor with directional controls. And he received the patent for it February 20th, 1900. And I'll let Grace throw the photo up and we'll just see the specs on it. And I wasn't able to even find a picture of the brother. But I do know that he's from Haiti, but he got his patent here in the U.S. So shout out to J.F. Pickering, again, that invented the first airship blimp. And even though that looks like a little pea pod, the drawing when I first saw it, it's definitely a blimp. But show that brother some love for inventing the blimp. And they don't even use them shits no more because of the Hindenburg. But that was like is that like the first air balloon? You know, like the hot air balloon, you think? Yes, maybe so. I don't know.
I actually don't really know, to be honest.
I'm going to look it up to see if hot air balloons came after the blimp or before the blimp. But it all seems one of them is a precursor.
Yeah.
So anyway, shout out to J.F. Pickering. I got a few things that I'm going to show the people that I'm working on because everybody knows I'm going down to Shit, as soon as I leave Martha's Vineyard, I'll be home for a few days before I head straight to Orlando. I have to jump down there for Tyena's Phrugal Phlipper on the 25th through the 29th, and I actually have shows and a podcast to do while I'm there. I'm making the most of it. I'm trying to level up, as people say, and get all the ducks. So I'm going down to do her flip, and it's coming up so soon. I haven't even met the team yet. We actually have a Zoom coming up. But hers is going to be easy. It's just one room. We don't have a lot to do. So I'm going to really take my time. So that's the great thing about it. I won't be there day and night working. I think we'll be able to fit everything within our time frame. But I don't plan to be there like I did in Clarksville, like to midnight, 1 a.m, working on shit. But that was a whole nother project. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and show the wall that I'm working. I'm really trying to figure this area out because it's a lot going on over there and she doesn't have a lot of storage. But all of this comes to me like once I can physically get in the space and see what it is that I have to work with. So my plan is to cover, if we go to the next picture, I'm going to have her order the film, more or less like a contact paper, to cover the white spaces on her desk. And then the black spaces where you see on this photo that I drew over, we're going to buy mini blinds from Home Depot that they have the adhesive on them already. That's what I'm going to use to cover the bookshelf. And you just kind of stick up in there and just let them drop down. And I'm going to do that same thing on her entertainment center. So we can kind of get just a cohesive look. I have a thing about, everything showing and it's not like stacked up or looking right. So all her books will still stack them up so that when you lift up the blind, you can still see in there things are nice. But I got a thing about, just things out of order. So we're going to cover it and just kind of bring it all together and just give her a grown woman feel in that house, instead of like an office and a craft space and all of that. But you'll still be able to do that in that space that just have more of an adult look. The next photo is just me kind of playing around with possibly breaking the desk down, taking off the hutch, and making some box shelving to put on the wall that we can adhere to the wall with just some nails, which won't make a big hole in the wall because we won't be able to put them up with command strips. And I am not anchoring them to the wall because this is not her space. It is an apartment, and I have to be very conscious of the type of damage that I do because when she moves out, she's going to have to replace it. And after all of this, and I've been working on this stuff for like 3 months now, I finally decided that she needs a floor lamp, because that area is really big and she doesn't have any lighting in there, only in the ceiling. So we're going to soften it up, and I'm going to try to find a really cool floor lamp to put right over by the television. And other than that, everybody, if you're joining the show, you can go back and look at some of the episodes and see the other drawings. But this was the last space that I had to work on because next week I will be there working on this space. I can't believe it's here already. So Orlando, here we come. And of course, I'm looking for volunteers. We have 2 people already in Orlando who are coming in to help. I got a food sponsor. I can always use another food sponsor in Orlando. We're going to be in that Universal Studios area. So if someone wants to donate some catering or give us half off some lunches or breakfast, believe me, we definitely need it. It's a small crew of us. It's going to be 6 people, including the cameraman. So we won't take up your budget. Y'all can give us something for free for 6 people. But if not, we'll pay for it. So other than that, I can't wait to get there. These are so exciting for me. I'm just looking forward to getting there and challenging myself and see if I can get all this shit done in 2 days. I have no choice. So that's where I am with that. And now I'm just doing my review show. I'm just going through a couple of things that for the B.I.Y, I'm going to do some of my favorite B.I.Ys. I'm not even really going to show the pictures. I'm just going to be talking about some things that I like. I'm giving some shout outs to my day oneers. And like I said, we're just keeping this a really, really tight show. So before I jump into my B.I.Ys, I'm going to just go ahead and list and show love to my day oneers because people thought I wasn't keeping track of it, and I was. You see, I got it typed in, and I've added people, and I've got people on this second list. Ever since I started that, everybody's like, I'm a day oneer. I'm a day oneer. And it's like, how do I know you a day oneer? Your ass could be a wheel watcher. Are you a wheel watcher or a day oneer? So with that being said, let me go on and get my shout outs. Y'all know I gotta put my glasses on in this dark ass space. I can't see nothing. So these are my Tighten Up Tuesdays day oneers. Shout out to Kiki Moore, Kathy Bryant, Nikki Nicole, Marsha T, Sandra Glenn, Jill Malloy, Natalie Milligan, Tanya Madison, Fab 540, Lena Love, Kalisa Edmonds Fisher, Kimberly Leaks, Teresa Sharomo, and I hope I said your name right, Elois D, Sean Allen, Antonia A, Carlotta Cook, Joy Harrison and Angel, Andrea Stockton, Danielle Murray, Darletha Rhodes, Don Brown, Donna Johnson, Heaven Sent, Janine Gonzalez, Jules and Ja, Lee Ann Hudson, Lynn Reed, Cicely Trice Collins, Monica Legrand, Pete Talbot, Queen B, Sharon Mason, the three amigos. Hey, that's Regina, Sonia, and Yvette, Tanya Prince, Debbie Ramnarain, Kamisha Lockhart. I hope I didn't. Now, if I forgot somebody, I'm sorry, but you know what to do. Hit me up in the phrugalphlip@gmail.com or hit me on the DM and be like, yo, B, you didn't say my name. I'm a day oneer. But I think I pretty much covered everybody. Rhoda Hall. I think I got everybody. Danielle Murray. I don't know if I said Kathy Bryant. Joe Malley. Joe Malloy. I think it's Joe Malley. Malloy. I don't know. But if I said your name wrong, you know how they do it. Send me the pronunciation. Dawn Brown. Doris Rogers. We got a lot. This is a lot of day oneers, and I totally appreciate it. I think I got most of the people. Like I said, if I missed you, I'm sorry. But like I said, hit me up, and I will catch you on the back end. I'm jumping into some of my favorite B.I.Y. projects. I'm going into my B.I.Y. projects that went wrong. And I'm going to talk about B.I. projects that I want to do. So with my favorites, I picked my top 3 favorites. You may not remember, but when I first did this show and someone was like, can you show me what to do with a shoebox and make compartments and storage? That was my favorite. I'm going to say that because it was my first project and it really challenged me to really start recycling shit and cleaning it up and making the compartments to go inside the shoe boxes. So the funny thing about it was I really enjoyed making shit fit. That's one thing about me. I'm like one of them Rubik's Cube people that just like to make things work. So I really loved collecting like different size stuff and be like, oh, I can put this little jewelry box in here along with this egg carton. And then I ended up cutting like a piece of the egg carton art just to make things fit. And I was like, oh, you can put earrings in the little egg slots. So that to me was one of my favorites. And I thought making the propagators out of the water bottles would be my favorite. That's on a whole nother list. But my shoebox was a favorite. Another favorite was something that I didn't do, but was one of my mad inspirations for everything after that. And that was Kendra's closet. And I think she was on maybe like my 3rd or 4th episode, very early on, when she hit me up and showed me how she took like IKEA closets and she spent maybe like $200 and built them into the walls to make them look like built-ins, and they were just bookshelves, and she used them for her closet. It was a bedroom that she turned into a dope glam closet. That the way that she did that, I would have never thought of, because one, I don't even have a closet that big. I don't even have that many clothes, and I don't even need that much space to work with. But because I'm doing other people's stuff and I'm working in large spaces, like when I did Sherri Shepherd's Closet, Kendra's her shit was my inspiration in terms of just how to organize it, how to display stuff, because she had it down pat. And it was also my inspiration for when I did Kaya's closet in terms of just folding things and just making it look nice and neat. So that was one of my favorite features in how she did her shit. And the other person, hand down, was Marcus Smith. When he came on, he's from Atlanta, that does marvelous woodworkings. His marvelous woodworks. He was the guy that did the bed that was made out of a Jeep. He made a like a day bunk bed, looks like a Jeep. He did all of the wonderful. He made the toy boxes for kids, and I don't even remember what episode he was on, but I was like, he is a true artist. So that was one of my favorite like B.I.Y. feature projects, based out of Atlanta. Marvelous Woodworks. Make sure you look them up. One of my, now I'm jumping into my B.I.Y. projects, 3 that I just totally hated, or just okay, let me back up. Let me not say hate, Grace. Let me say got on my nerve, or I just found like very difficult to do. The number 1 project was the World Clock Project. That took me like 3 weeks to say, fuck it, I can't do it. I can't figure out how to put this together. But the funny thing is, I'm coming back to that because I want my own world clock, and that's going to challenge me how to, how to do like electrical shit in little compartments and just kind of figure out how to build 4 different clocks. And see, I'm trying to figure it out so it can still stay frugal, because that's the whole purpose of the show. I don't want to be spending all my money trying to build, the damn clock pieces. But that was one I kind of gave up on. I was like, and it was sad because the girl who submitted it, after a while, she was like, you know what, don't even worry about it because I can't figure it out either. But that was a challenge to me, trying to do that damn world clock. And I came up with different cute ways to design it and draw it, but I just couldn't figure out how to build the pieces without actually having to spend money on Amazon and make it frugal. But I'm going to come back to it, but it got on my nerve. The other project that kind of drove me crazy, and people don't know this, was actually building my drop leaf table. That drop leaf table was hard to build because I had to put an extra piece of wood on the inside to make it thick enough so that the nails wouldn't stick through and scratch me every time I opened the closet to go up under my steps to get shit out. So you never know this until you start doing shit. And I thought it was going to be easy to just throw the L brackets that drop up on the wall, on the door, like I did when I made my drop leaf bar table. But it's not that simple because that door isn't stable. That door is rickety and raggedy. And the fact that it's thin and I have to go in and out of it, I had to come up with a solution. So it took me like 3 days to get a piece of wood that fit. Because what happened was I put a long piece of wood in there, the same width as the door, on the back of the door, of my back rear door where I have my drop leaf display table. Then I couldn't close it, because when I tried to close the door, the wood piece was in the way of the, I guess you could say, the jamb, the door jamb. So it was like, then I had to take the shit off again and cut it off so that the door could close. I was like, this is getting on my nerves. So it was a lot. The other project, and I ain't even done with it, and y'all already know what it is. It's my nemesis, Miss Myrna's bench. And I still ain't done with that shit, and I've been working on it for a month. My back is peeling. I'm tan because of that, building that cinder block bench. But I'm not sure if it's a double-edged sword or not. It's a project that I love, but I hate because, first of all, I still got glue on my hand from that lock it, stuff it shit that I can't get off. I've been trying to get that stuff off with acetone and everything. So the palms of my hands for the last 3 weeks, I've just been doing like this, trying to get that sticky shit off of my hands. And I had on gloves. So that goes to show you that I'll never work with that stuff again. I love Miss Myrna to death, but I'm never doing that bench again. I'm never doing a project like that where I have to really work with all that sticky material. But see, you never know this shit until you do it. And I still haven't water sealed that bench. I'm not going to be able to water seal that bench until I come back from Orlando. And then that's going into September. So I have to tell you, those are the 3 B.I.Y. projects. I probably won't ever do no shit like this again. I'm guaranteeing you. You know what? Ain't no probably. I'm not. Period. So I'm jumping right into, I put down the top 10 projects that I would like to do. And then I got tired of writing, so I only got 9. But I'm going to throw these out there because I got some suggestions from people. And at the same time, some of them are things that I want to get done in my own house. So I'm going to let you know what I'm attempting to do, hopefully in the course of these next 50 episodes. One is an overhead rest. I want to make some kind of cute trash bags that you can put over your headrest to hang in the back seats for trash. Because most people just use regular old grocery trash bags, or they go out and buy the cute little trash cans that you hang over the headrest. Nope, I'm trying to come up with something cute that you can make and is reusable, that you can use as a trash can for your car. I did get a suggestion to do a dog or just a pet bowl cover to keep like wind and dust and ants and shit out of. And I was like, if I come up with something like that, I have to get the shit patent because it's going to be an invention. So that's something that I'm going to work on. I don't know how the dog is going to be able to get in and out of, or the cat in and out of their bowl. I got to figure it out. So I'm a genius. And it might be one of those shit I have to give up on, kind of like the world clock, but we'll see. But that's something that I'm going to attempt to do. Number 3 is I'm definitely going to do a demo on how to do tiling. And I'm going to do like 3 different, like the self-sticky tile, the ones that you actually have to grout, the big pieces, and then the ones that kind of come already put together. So I'm going to do that very soon. 3 different demonstrations. I also have to finish up my packing demonstration that's on this list for men. And that's what I'm going to do next Tuesday, unpack Dennis's stuff so you can see how he packs. And then I'll show you how to get it all in as it comes out. I have down, I want to learn and teach myself how to make a small fire pit. So I'm doing that for Mrs. Myrna in her, where she has that little hole in her yard where a tree was cut down. I'm building her a small fire pit. So that's another, one of my top 10. I'm going to come up with something for my radiator covers because they are so ugly, but I'm going to do something dope with like wood and metal. So I'm working on that ASAP, and it'll probably be right after I do this packing demonstration. I'm going to do something with scrap fabric. I haven't decided what yet, but I'm going to do a project with like leftover scraps. I want to do a reupholstering demonstration on how to either do a chair or an ottoman with like leftover scrap fabric. And then I'm going to do something with, I'm going to show how to do something with like pot lids and like plastic storage containers, because that's one of my pet peeves. When I go over people's house and you go into the cabinets and they pot lids ain't stacked up and just shit is everywhere. And people don't want to go out to IKEA and buy the little things that you put on the door, that you put your lids in and your plastic lids and all that. So I'm going to come up with something that from your house that you can use and adhere to like a cabinet door to put lids in. So those are like my top 10 things that I want to do for upcoming B.I.Y. projects. Other than that, I am going to jump up and do a Cash App dance for somebody. You know I gotta do it. First, give me some music, because I know somebody gonna show me some love. They gonna be like, B, we like that backdrop. I feel like E.T. on the moon. All I need is a mic. E.T. I can't even do the Jane Pittman. I ain't got no space. Jane on vacation this week. I gotta keep it low. But see, now you can't see my head. See, Grace, people don't know that this attic is on an incline. So it's like a hill for real. So
yes,
I'm
the
standing
incline.
up here. Yes, this shit is on the incline.
It's tough.
That's why
it's
when
tough.
I stand up, you can't see me. But we working it out.
Mm-hmm.
We are working it out up in here.
I like the ET reference also.
Yeah, because
With
I
the
just
moon.
thought about it. It's like a big, it's like all I need is a bike. It looks like I'm on the moon. So I am having fun here in Martha's Vineyard. It just feels weird without Chris and just me being up on the screen by myself. But being the narcissist that I am, I'm kind of liking it. Although I look a hot mess, Grace. You know, I biked here. It took me an hour, and it was only supposed to take like 15 to 20 minutes, but I got lost. My legs are sore as hell, but it was a good workout. I need something to kind of jumpstart me to get back into my working out. So Martha's Vineyard helped, but I ain't gonna be bike riding and shit. I think I'm just gonna go back to running, but I feel pretty good. I don't know, my knee might start acting up later, all this bike riding. So I'll see when I get back. I'm putting on ice because I got a show tonight and I have to wear heels and be cute.
Yeah,
So I'm
get an
just
Uber
praying that
back.
you know what, they bring us here, but I think you're right, Grace. I think I'm gonna have to call the dude to come pick me up and the bike. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to bike back. I'm gonna bike as far as I can. If I get stuck, I'm gonna be like, Steve, come get me. I'm on the side of the road, and I'll probably go live and be like, I'm waiting for the AAA bike service to come and pick me up. Shit, because I can't make it back. I think I might get a ride back. So we'll see, because I don't want to be too worn out for the show. I'm digging down here to grab my other paper.
Yeah, and
because I
heels.
wanted to jump. Yeah, see, it's gonna be a lot. And I'm funky and sweaty. I ain't got no makeup on. I'm sitting up. My hair looks like I've been riding a bike. It's, I'm doing it. I'm winging it up here in Martha's Vineyard, but I'm having a good ass time.
And that's what we love.
I'm going to jump. Well, thank you, Grace. I'm going to jump into some frugal flips, meaning I'm talking about my favorites and my worst. And even though I've only done like 3, and like I really want to just kind of dive into like what went wrong, some kind of behind the scenes stuff, because a lot of people don't know, like all the shit that went on. And I probably should have talked about it when the cameraman was taping it, but it's like, no, I'm saving it for the review show. So I'm gonna let people know, when I did the frugal flip at Alfie's house, my cousin's house in Clarksville, Tennessee, everybody saw that floor that was torn out. But that was like the worst. And I'm going to explain it because I got in a day early and there was a guy there already working on the floor. But see, what we didn't tell people is he never did a damn floor before. And see, that's the kind of shit. That's what I'm saying to people. When you get a handyman, you have to be able to know what they can and can't do. And he didn't want to admit that he didn't know how to do no damn floor. He never put laminate flooring down. So he was just tearing up, and tearing up. So when it came to put the floor down, he was stuck, and then he could barely speak English. So that was the fucked up part. So now we trying to communicate with him. And finally, he admitted he couldn't do it. But at this point, you got to do something. So my brother-in-law kicked in and helped put down that whole floor. And we had to work around their ass. Now, that's one thing about me. I know how to keep it moving. Because everybody was like, well, what we going to do? We can't get in there. They in there doing the floor. I was like, we can be on this other side. Shit, where the floor is all right. We can just get started. Just paint this side. We're going to work here. And when they get done, we're going to move around. But it was so hard to do that because half of the place was open. And like, dude was down in the ground. You could see him in the ground tearing up shit. I was like, this flip is going. That's why I was up all night. And see, people don't know, I didn't get any sleep in Clarksville. Because whenever they were finishing up the floor, which they finally finished on Saturday, it put us so behind on other stuff. I was up all night, just down there doing shit, trying to bring it together so that when people came back the next morning, they would be able to work and move forward. So that was a lot of shit that went wrong. And I really wish I could have shown that or displayed it. But the gentleman that was working on it, he didn't want to be on camera. And neither did my brother-in-law. He was not signing off on the release. But I wanted to say, if y'all don't hurry up and get the hell out of here, we going to have y'all ass on camera because y'all going to be on camera. We got to work around you. But yes, it was a disaster. And I was like, if all my flips go like this and I jump into people's homes and they have a big ass surprise like this ain't going to work. I was so tempted. If people weren't driving down, I was so tempted to be like, you know what? I need to just go back home and come back on another day. It was that overwhelming, but fuck it. We worked it out. So yeah, that I had to work around that. And then I am going to say, when I did Kaya's flip, I think the challenge, I love doing that flip because bringing that whole Barbie display together and all of that. But I think because we were in such a small room and I had more people than I really needed, it was hard moving in and trying to work in the space. It was like we had to do everything outside of the space and then bring the shit into the room to try to work with it. And at the same time, not mess up her other room. So if you watch my videos that are on the Phrugal Phlipper IG page, you'll see that we are in another room, which was Kaya's office, and utilizing that room as like our workstation because we couldn't really do what we needed to do. Like I said, in the room that we were working on because it was so small. So I can only get like 3 people in there at a time when I really may have needed 4 or 5 people. So this is one of those things, like when I get down to Taina's, I'm doing that one room, but her one room is bigger than Kaya's one room. And I had more people than I needed for that one room. And I know when I get down to Orlando, I got that big ass room to work with, and I'm not going to have enough people to work with. So these are the things that as I do these flips and people get their teams together, I kind of have to be like, you know what, I'm going to have to punch it up and just kick in the extra work that I do. And I'm trying to get to a point where I just delegate and not really have to do a lot of shit. And it's just trial and error, and I'm loving it. And I'm finding that each one of them get easier as they go along because I know how to do my drawings and I can plan it out, but it's always the same shit when you get there. You just never know what you're going to get into and what you're going to have to work out. So that's the part that I like about the flips. I love the challenge of the unknown. Like I said, I don't know what's going to happen when I get to Titans because for one, she lives in an apartment. People are around her. We don't want to be too noisy. She's alerted people and let them know we're coming. And then at the same time, she has people that can help some days, and then they have to leave, and they can come back the next day and help a little bit. So, it's hard to get a commitment out of people for 2 days to be there the whole time. But I had that in Clarksville. I'm not going to have that here in Orlando. So I'm going to I have some comedians that are going to help me today. It's funny, I called this comedian earlier. He was like, call me today because you can use my ladder. I'll bring it over there. I got a ladder and a staple gun. I was like, I know this is an odd request from a comedian, but I was like, Jersey, I need a ladder, dude, and a staple gun while I'm in Orlando. Because I ain't traveling with no ladder. I'm not flying to fucking Orlando with a ladder or my staple gun. They be like, why you got a staple gun in your luggage? Like some stuff I can't explain. I don't even feel like being hemmed up in the security trying to explain. So I got a couple comedians that are loaning me some things so that I can get what I need to get done in Taina's flip. Let me see, Grace. Is it anything you and Key want to ask me before I get up and do a Cash App dance? Because I know I got to do it. I know I got to do it because somebody going to send me something to keep us moving down in Orlando. They're going to be like, yo, B, here's some money for food. Here's some money for the cameraman. Here's a little something to, do what you need to do with it. So I'm going to get on up and earn it. Get on up and earn it.
Yeah, do that Cash App dance.
Twerk. Oh, I might have to twerk. Is this how you twerk? I can't fucking twerk.
It's B-Phlat's way of twerking.
Twerk. It's my way of twerking. Just jump your booty around. Yes, support the Phrugal Phlipper. Oh.
Go B.
It's crazy. I can only.
Go B.
It's crazy.
Martha's Vineyard.
I gotta stay in
Go
this space.
B.
Oh. Get your leg up.
There you go. There you go. Pilates in front of the moon.
Oh, get your leg up. Work it out, dirty dog style. Dirty dog style.
Hey, in front of the moon.
In front of the moon. Oh, I love this song. It's so hot. It's popping. And that's the other thing. I got to finish up my lyrics that I'm working on for the intro song so I can debut it. I'm hoping I can do that when we do the 50th, which is on August 30th. We will be having our 50th episode. Mm-hmm. And it's so funny because if I wouldn't have missed an episode, August 30th will be the 51st episode, but it originally would have been the 52nd if I wouldn't have. Remember when I was in St. Louis and we couldn't tape? Mm-hmm. So I'm hoping that I have all my lyrics done and ready to roll out on August 30th so I can debut my skills on the mic
Mm.
for all the B-Cassos and the Tighten Up Tuesday. But I'm going to keep my fingers crossed and hope my voice holds up.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
now, Grace, I have to say, I enjoy doing this. And now I feel like I don't even want to leave and shit. I'm just up here chilling in the attic. I can't stand Big Red because it's freezing. They got the air pumping in this bitch. And I did ride with Dennis's sweatshirt on. You see, I got it right here. I was
Good.
like, Bug, I'm gonna need your sweatshirt. It's a little chilly. And the funny thing is that the temperature on average is like 70 in the daytime. Like
Okay.
70, 75.
Okay.
Yeah, so at night it's like 50 and it's breezy.
Mm-hmm.
50s, 60s. And this morning I'm riding this bike. I'm like, I'm freezing on this shit. I stepped outside. I was like, oh, it's freezing in Martha's Vineyard. But then, Grace, you know, I'm always cold. I'm always freezing. So I'm freezing as we speak. But I am having a good ass time. And with that being said, I want to make, speaking of Martha's Vineyard, I want to make sure I put it out there that people can get this. You can order this streaming. It's $12.99 to order this streaming. Thank you, Grace, for throwing that up. And you get 10% off all the way up until the day that this airs, which is on August the 28th. And if I read this correctly, Grace, you know you can see better than me because this is blurry on JJ's computer. Is it on August 28th when it airs? They're going to do the streaming? I think they do it twice at 9 and 11.
Yeah, 9 p.m. and 11 p.m. Yeah, this is
It
exciting.
on the 28th?
Yeah, August
you
28th.
get to see everybody that performed here. And that isn't even half the people that they're showing on the flyer. Sherri was here. You know, she just left. It was funny. She was in the airport boarding as I landed, as me and Dennis landed here in Martha's Vineyard. She was leaving. So it's so many people that have been here throughout this month performing, and you'll get to see all of that on the streaming. So that's why I want people to, you know, go in and order it early, pre-order. You can use that link down there to, you know, go straight there, put your order in, put in B-Phlat. You see that? And you get 10% off of the streaming. And I'm pumping this all the way to the end of the month. Same way with my discount code on BuyJack. We go in and buy 3 things. You get 10% off. 10 is my number. Seems to be my number this month.
Absolutely.
Oh my goodness. We are running a tight ship. It's 1 o'clock. Look at that.
Yeah. And you're in the attic. You can see the Martha's Vineyard Comedy Fest behind you.
Yes, and I'm about ready to get up out of here because I got a bike all the way back until I get tired. Like I said, if I can't make it back, I'm going to have somebody come get me. And I'm going to take a nap because I got to get ready for the show tonight. And I still need to preserve my little voice. And, you know, I love my fans to death. I love all my B-Cassos. I love everybody that's a part of the B-Pack, that's on the board of directors. But I have to save this piece of voice because I have a show tonight, tomorrow, 2 on Thursday now, and possibly 2 on Friday. I'm rolling out here on Saturday. I'll be on 3 days before I roll down to Orlando. I got a show in Orlando on the 25th. Tight Mike sent me the flyer today, Grace. I didn't get a chance to upload it. And it doesn't matter because it's a private event for the Police Crime Prevention Conference. So people can't get in anyway. But I just want to let people know I will be in Orlando performing at the Police Crime Prevention Conference. So,
That'll be great. That'll be great.
Yeah, it'll be fun. It will be fun. And hopefully somebody will give me those get out of jail free cards. You know, the police cards that they be giving out. They be giving out when you get pulled over and shit. I'm like, I'm going to need about 20 of them. And it's going to be so many officers there. I want one from each state.
There you go.
Damn right. Represent. Give me one. Cover all the states. I'll take them like a stack. Shit, I might have a stack like Maya's cards sitting right up. Right up on my computer. So when I get ready to leave, I can slide through the deck and be like, oh, I'm about to go to Little Rock again. Or I'm coming to Seattle. I got me a get out of jail. I can smoke and I got a card. I'll be like, look, I was at the crime. Don't pull me over. You know what I'm going to do. It would be funny, Grace, if I had all my cards on me, right? And the police pull me over. I just fan through my shit and be like, what state is this? Booyah, I'm covered. Like, I got me a card. I got me a Martha's Vineyard card.
There you go. Yeah, there you go. Next week, add on
Yeah, I
to
want to
Maya's
make
cards. Go through all the
that's
states that you got.
go through all the states.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm definitely gonna be asking for those. You know, when you pull me over, I get a pass. I need some passes from all of those crime prevention.
I mean, please.
All of them officers down there. I need it from every state.
It's the least
But
they
yes,
could do.
Grace. Yes, it is. And I think because I did it. Oh, that's cute. I like how I look 3D when I popped up and my hair popped up over the orange. I think because I did a great tight show, I'm going to roll up out of this attic in a quite good minute, like quite right now.
Yeah, get
So
off of
I
that
can
incline.
go and get ready. Yeah, I'm getting off this incline. My booty hurts from riding on that bike.
Mm-hmm.
And now, but it's hurting from sitting on this hard ass chair. And I'm smelling my underarms. I'm super musty. Yeah, from that bike. I need to go get my funky ass
Quick smell check.
in the shower. Yes. I ain't even need to do that smells check. It was confirmed. I can smell me. But yeah, I'm going to roll out and I'm going to say thank you to Grace and Key and Chris and John and everybody that allowed this to happen, because I've been wearing y'all out since I left Little Rock about when I was going to tape. This is like our third attempt trying to get this shit done, and we got it done. So, you know, I can't miss no more episodes. I am not in the habit of missing no Tighten Up Tuesdays. And shit, I rode my bike. I ain't rode a damn bike in 10 years. Not that far. I was like, I'm getting a Tighten Up Tuesday. Shit,
Yeah,
I'm
you
there.
worked
I'm
for
in there
it.
like a booty hair.
Mm-hmm.
I worked for it. So I'm done. I love you all. And I will see y'all next Tuesday when we will be celebrating the 50th. Celebrating the 50th.
Yeah, celebrate the 50th.
They ain't think we was going to be here this long, Grace. We did it.
We did
passed
it.
8 episodes.
Yeah,
50
we did.
coming up, 50 coming up, 50 coming up.
Get your tickets for Martha's Vineyard. Use that discount code.
Oh, use that discount so you can watch this stream. We doing it up here.
All right, see you next Tuesday. Bye, B.